Northbound, far as you can make it. On denial, touchdown, looking for the darkest street on the bay. Hoping to start a revolution, a revival, a few days in.
So one of the most common questions I get on the blog, and I would say that that's the most common question I ever get on the blog, is how do you become a model? Hi Olive. Olive wants to become a model too. It's because I've been modelling basically my whole life. I started when I was about, I count that I started when I was 4 because that's when my first commercial on my own, but I did stuff with like my mom, like diaper stuff, when I was really little as well. So I've been doing it for a really long time, and here in London I've been full-time for the last 14 years with my agency MOT Models. So literally what I do most days is that I run around to castings, or I have a shoot. Well, now I just had a baby, so I'm not doing as much as usual, but like today, just come back from a casting for hair. And it's just one of those things where the modelling profession is, most people don't know how to get into it, or if they have what it takes. They think, you know, they have lots of ideas what they think modelling is like, and I just thought I'd go through this in a vlog, and just yeah, my little demanding dog, if I can not get to scratch her. Oh, that's nice, Olive. That's really nice. Lovely. Oh, yeah. So let's start with the most common question, and it is, how do you become a model? And you have the kind of dream way of becoming a model, which is basically like someone spots you in a festival and go, oh my god, you need to be a supermodel, and then you walk all the shows in Paris and you're on Vogue. You know, and that happens to some people, but it's like 1% of all models that get like spotted and scouted and have like careers like that. Most people, there are scouts out there, people will find you, but you're better off, if you really want to do modelling, you're so much better off actually kind of taking charge and doing it yourself. First of all, you need to figure out which agencies in your country that are reputable and good agencies, because there's a lot of really crappy agencies. There's agencies that say they're agencies that aren't really agencies. There's agencies that don't really know what they're doing. And then there's some amazing agencies, and you also have more like editorial agencies, which does things like Fashion Week and Vogue, and you know, more like clothes high-end designer. And then you got things like more like commercial agencies, which MOT is. They're more like TV commercials and beauty products, and like now, like I went to a hair casting. Like it's very much like the stuff that you see all around you day to day. That's not like the catwalk or Dolce & Gabbana. That is more the commercial side of it. And you have to kind of look at yourself and try to figure out which one you are. If you're slightly taller and slightly younger, I would say you're probably better off going to more editorial agency. But if you're like I'm 35 now and I'm still working because I'm a commercial model. So a commercial model can work for a bit longer. It doesn't really matter. Like I'm 165 centimeters, so like I'm not tall, and I'm still working just as well as I always have, and it's never been an issue for me being short. It's been a massive pro for me, because I have been doing lots of petite work. So like I did Marks and Spencer petite for like years and years and years, and you know, like e-commerce work, which is basically, you know, the online stuff. You look at a website and you see people in clothes like ASOS or anything like that. That's usually commercial models. And so the first thing is that try to figure out, one, what kind of modelling you think you're more suitable to do. If you don't know, just apply to lots of agencies and you'll see who will take you on. And then 2, which ones are the big agencies, which ones are the reputable ones. I would suggest asking someone. Like here in London, I would know in Stockholm, but I wouldn't know in, let's say, like Paris or Italy or anywhere like that. Or even now these days, I would probably not know in really New York or LA or anything like that either. A photo like this is a photo that I could just have been taking in a studio. It's called a test shot, and that's there for my portfolio. It isn't there because of a job. But then you got things like this, which is an actual job, and so this is for Littlewoods, and this is for the Beers Jewellery. And if you see photos of actual jobs, they have a logo on it, it looks like an advert or a tear from a magazine, then you can see at least the people that are on the agency are actually working, because they can be a lot of things like this that looks amazing, but you know what, this is not for a job, this is a test shoot. So it's really important to see, first of all, that the girls and guys are working. And then second of all, it will never cost you money to be a part of an agency. And that's really important to know. The agencies that go, well, it will cost you this and this much to join us. No, it will never cost you money to join an agency. The thing that will cost you money is tests. So when you start, you don't have one of these. This is my model portfolio. And for things like test shots, because you need a couple of photos to start off with, just to be able to show the clients that you know what you do and what you look like in a photo. So you will have Polaroids, which is little snapshots that the agency take of you when you're in, and that's great, but you also need just a couple, maybe like 2 test shots, and they cost a little bit of money, not much, like a couple of £100, and usually you end up with between, like, I would say 4 to 8 photos that you can use, depending on how good a photographer is and how varied your shoot is. And most of the time, that's not something that you pay cash. That is something that then the agency will deduct from your future earnings. So it's very rare that you would ever hand anyone any cash for anything that has to do with modeling. So if someone tells you they need cash from you or they need you to pay something, I would stop and say, hey, you know what, is this actually a reputable agency? Do I need to kind of check them out a little bit better? Because there's a lot of scammers out there that do this, they charge you and you never get a job ever. You just flatter that they approach you on town and they say, oh, you can be a model, and oh, you just have to pay us this for the fee of being a part of the agency. That's the way for them to make money. There's never going to be any work there. That's not a real agency. That is just a website where they will put your photo and then nothing will happen and you will have paid lots of money for it. The best way of becoming a model is literally go into the website. There will be a form or a little button saying join us or become a model, and then there will be a form or an email address. Most of the time there's a form that you can fill in, and you fill in your name and age and details like height, and they tend to ask for you like your shoulder width, your hips, your waist, your bust, and that's mainly just so they get an idea of what like your body shape look like. Not that it really matters, it's more for knowing what clothing size you are, because if you look at it internationally, clothing sizes can really vary, so it's really good just to have inches or centimeters on your card, because it goes in your model portfolio, it goes on your card later. So the agency will be interested in knowing those things. They're also going to ask you to supply a couple of photos, and this is where a lot of people feel it's really daunting, because they're like, well, I don't have any model photos, and it's like, well, it's completely okay. You don't have to have any professional photos to become a model. The only thing you need to do is basically get a friend, or even just like your iPhone, and press the kind of, what do you call it?
Time lapse.
I can't remember the word. The timer on there?
Sorry.
I think it said timer. Oh god.
Yeah, it was like time shatter. No.
No. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, the thing on your iPhone, that means that you can click it and then you can walk away and take a photo. But I would suggest get like a friend or, you know, a family member or someone just to hold an iPhone camera. You stand against the wall like this, and you take a photo, hair down, headshot, basically like that. You hold your hair up or put it behind your ears, and you take it from the side, and you do the same thing from the other side, and then you take a photo again with your hair up like this, and just a regular photo, and then hair down, hands up, showing that you have 10 fingers. It's a really weird one. They do want to see your hands and your fingers. It has a lot to do with beauty, because when you're shooting beauty, you know, your hands are in a lot, so they want to see what your hands look like. And then a smile. Do a photo with a nice smile, and then after that you go to half body and you do the same thing, a little photo from the front, one from each side, hold your hair up, do a little smile, and then you do the same thing full length. And I wouldn't say that you don't have to really like wear bikini or anything like that. You could just wear, I would wear a white top or a black top and a pair of jeans, maybe a pair of heels, and that's it. And just take those photos. Don't do anything to them. You don't have to edit anything like that. The agencies are so used to getting photos, they know if you have what they're looking for by just looking at these photos straight away. So all you need to do is basically attach these or send them into the email, and the agency will hopefully get back to you. The good thing to know is that if an agency like you, they're going to get back to you and they're going to call you in for a meeting. If you're not really what they're looking for at the moment, most likely you will never hear from them. So don't sit around waiting for an answer because it might not come, because they get so many people applying. So be more like kind of in the mindset of applying to like 5-10 agencies, and just be happy if anyone calls you back or emails you back. And then if you don't get called to a meeting, literally do the same thing, just natural. That's something I forgot to say. Natural makeup, clean nails. I mean, this is almost too much that I got on at the moment, which is a bit of shiny nail polish. Like, I would say just a clear, clean nail polish, hair down, just nothing funky. Like, just a bit of glowing skin, bit of mascara, brush your eyebrows, you know, a little bit of blusher, maybe some lip balm, and that's it. So one of the main things that people do is that they contour and, you know, they put eyeshadow on and eyeliner, and it's like that will ruin it for the agency, because they're looking for your natural face. They want to know almost what you look like without makeup. So it's kind of like no makeup. So when you go and see them, same thing, just wear a top that's easy, shows up what you look like, a pair of jeans, pair of heels, hair down, bring a hairband so you can put your hair up, natural makeup, and then just dazzle them with your personality. People don't realize is that modeling is like, yeah, it's a lot about looks, but it's also so much about your personality. No one ever wants to work with someone that's bitchy or grumpy, or even just like quiet and insecure. So you're much better off. I think if you are a quiet and insecure person, modeling might not be for you, because sometimes you're the light of the room, in the way that you're not there to entertain, but you're such a big part of it, of the final product, that you have to almost have a little bit of personality show through and be able to engage with people, because otherwise you can't build a relationship with the photographer, and you won't be able to kind of feel the room in the same way, because it's a lot of social interaction. You know, you have to be a bit tough. You have to know that people could say things to you. Like, I got told that, you know, I've been told that I'm too short, I've been told that I'm too big, I've been told I'm too skinny, I've been told, you know, I have too many moles, I've been told that my nose is too big, my nose is too small. I've been told like everything in the book, and it's just knowing that it doesn't mean that my nose is too big, too small. It doesn't mean that I have too many moles. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that I'm not what they're looking for at the moment, or I'm not what that particular brand is looking for, but I might be exactly what that other brand is looking for. And I think you just need to be the kind of person that is strong enough in yourself to be able to just kind of go, well, that's their opinion and that's okay, but I'm self-confident, and I know that, you know, I love the way I look, and I love myself as a person, so I don't need to take that on. Because I think if you start taking on everything, and every time you don't win a job, modeling can be really depressing, because you don't win all your jobs. You're never going to win all your castings. I started really young, and I modeled all through my teens, and I would very much say that if you're under 18, make sure you have your parents' consent, and that they are on board, and that they will take you to castings, and that they will go with you to see agencies, and that you'll never go to photographers on your own, things like that, because it's you like to think that there's not bad people out there, but there are, and through a good agency you will not hopefully, well, it's hard for me to say, I've never been in a bad position. You shouldn't ever be in a bad position, but if you're especially under 18, you have to make sure you got people that come with you, so that you never go somewhere alone, because there are things that have happened, and I would hate to be the person that's told you to go, because I'm completely fine to go places on my own, but I go through my agency always. Someone came up to me on the street and said, hi, I'm a photographer. I would never go to their studio on my own, not even now, because I know that that's not the right way to do things. So never ever go with someone who says they're a photographer, or that they're an agency and you have to come and see them, you know, on your own. At least take a friend. And I would say, even if you're over 18, and if it's not one of the biggest agencies in the city you're in, or in the country you're in, I mean, if you go and see Models One or Storm or MOT, you're completely fine to go on your own. But if you go and see an agency you don't really know much about, or if it's just an agent or something like that, which I wouldn't recommend agents, as I would go for an actual agency. it's just really incredibly important that you do your research, make sure your parents know what you're doing if you're under 18. If you're over 18, bring a friend, specifically if it is in an agency you really know. And just be really careful, because there are people out there that try to trick you out of money. There are people out there that, you know, could do much worse things than that. So be incredibly aware, because it is a very open business and it does attract jokers and people that will try to trick you, and nasty people that you don't want to be around. So this is my headshot. It's the #1 photo in my book, and it's also the photo of my card. So when you go and become a part of an agency, you will then get a portfolio, and they look like this. And you can also have them on your iPad. I'm a bit old school. I prefer the actual version I can hold and touch. And clients are a bit finding some of them are old school and like this, and some people prefer the iPad. I have both, but I tend to use this. And you'll also get your model cards. And your model cards, when you go to casting, you give these to the client. And on there will be a few photos, and then also you'll see your height, your bust, your waist, your hips, your dress size, your shoe size, your hair color, and your eye color, and then all the details for your agency. And this is really important, because otherwise it's really hard to see in a photo how tall someone is, how, you know, what clothes. If let's say a company has sample size 12, that wouldn't be great for someone like me, because I'm more of a size 6 to 8, so all those samples would be too big for me. So it's really good then for the agency, you know, for the client to know that I'm slightly smaller, and they will know that by having my card. And from there, basically, you get a couple of tests done, maybe end up with 3-4 photos, maybe 5 to start with, and that's all you need to go off to your first castings. And I feel that the casting and what you can do and options and all that stuff, how it works, probably needs its own vlog, because otherwise I can probably talk for like half an hour. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to come back to that in another vlog, but I wanted to tell you guys just the process of becoming a model. Once you actually have your book and you have your card, you're already a model and you are ready to go out casting and hopefully winning lots of lovely work. So I hope this has answered all your questions on how to become a model. Most of the people that ask me are quite young. I just had a 12-year-old girl ask me, and I said, you know, I think the main thing there is, I want to keep on saying this, speak to your parents so they're on board, and make sure you go with a very good agency. And I can't say that enough, because it's so important. But also go for it. Dare to take the step out and do this. Don't expect to be scouted on the street, because it does happen to some people, but 90% of the models it doesn't happen to. You just go to an agency or you apply online, and that's how you end up becoming a model, and like me, working full-time for many years. And it's a great job, and if you can take it, because it's super social, you travel a lot, you can make really good money. It's not a future career-driven job, but lots of people use it to get through uni, or they save up money to do things like buying a house or something like that. So it's a great way of kind of paving your way to do something else later if you want to. Or you could just keep on modelling like I've done. I'm 35 and I'm still modelling, and I could probably do it for quite a few more years if I want to as well. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm going to come back with a couple of more things around modelling, and I also thought I was going to do a vlog for you on how to look good in a photo, because I know a lot of people, not only people that want to model, and want to know what are the little tricks that we use to actually look good in a photo. And through the years I've been modelling and also blogging, I have picked up a few bits and bobs, so I thought I would share that with you. So if you like that, I really think you should subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!
Westbound, far as you can make it. Undeniable. Touchdown, looking for the darkest street on the bay. Hoping to start a revolution.